Hi, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of Web Wednesday, where we talk about the web. Today's episode is dedicated to a web application called Spark. It's a really nice tool by Adobe, and I'm very excited to start the very first episode talking about it. In today's episode, we're going to look at how to set up your brand using Spark. See you in a bit. So Adobe Spark is my application of choice when it comes to designing assets for social media. Whether you're doing graphics for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or whatever, you'll find templates ready for you to use inside of Adobe Spark. But the very first thing you need to do is set up your brand. You better have a brand in the first place. And if you do, then Adobe has a great place for you to start inputting all that information. Let's see by sharing my screen. This is the dashboard of Adobe Spark. If you look at the left-hand side, you have the menu. We click on Brands, and this is where you start creating your brand for the very first time. Keep in mind, this is a step that you have to do once only. You set it up perfectly, and then everything goes seamless and nice from there. So let's get started. Click on Create a Brand. There are three things you need to look at here. First, you have to upload a logo with a minimum of one logo. Let's click on Upload a Logo, and then I usually have different variations. I start with a colored variation of my logo, followed by a white variation, followed by a white with a drop shadow. Let me start with the color one, and I'm picking this one. That's all you need at this step. Remember, this is a preliminary step. You have to do it only once, and then when you move on, you have more options. So now you need to click on color. I have my brand colors for Daninet. This is my primary red color. So I can just copy and paste my hexacode here and click on Save. As I'm making these updates, if you look here on the right hand side, you can start seeing some designs already being implemented using my brand colors and the logo. So next you need to pick your font. Now for Daninet, the official brand font is Source Sans Pro, and this is a free font, open source. It's a great modern font, simplistic, yet it's very clean. And I like to use the Source Sans Pro semi-bold for my headings and the Source Sans regular for the body of the text. Now, what happens if you click on Choose Your Font? You can look here and try to find your font. Adobe has a bunch of fonts ready-made for you. They're already built into the library. But if you happen to need a font that is not there, then you need to upload it yourself. And this is exactly what I'm doing. I'm going to click on Add Your Fonts, and under my fonts folder, I have already extracted a bunch of TTF files, which are the different variations of this font, the different thicknesses and different types. Obviously, there is the black, the bold, the extra light, the light, etc. So I'm going to upload all of these different variations, and Adobe Spark is quite fast. It actually shows me a preview of the font that I've just uploaded. Once I'm ready, I hit the checkbox right here and click Continue. Of course, always make sure that you are uploading open source fonts or free fonts, because that is the regulation and you need to kind of abide by Adobe policies. I can choose it right from the list. It actually is pretty neat because it just shows it to me right at the top here, and I'm going to select the semi-bold option. Once I'm done, I can just hit the next, It's asking me for a brand name, calling it DannyNet, and create my brand. Just hang in here with me for a few seconds. And there you go. Perfect. So this is the dashboard. As you can see, this is a really nice dashboard. It summarizes the 3 sections that we just filled: the logo, the colors, and also the font. Notice that by doing this step now, I have more options to do. I can actually click the plus icon to upload the rest of my logos. So if I go here into my colored logos, I can start adding the 3 variations of the colored logo one by one. There is no option to upload them all at once, so it might take you a few seconds or a minute or two. Going to the white variation, there are 3 of them as well. By the way, I usually upload PNG files, because PNG files, you can have the transparency aspect of it, and that helps a lot with the laying over of your logo on top of the graphics and on top of the designs. So that's my recommendation. Now moving on to upload the white shadow, or the white with drop shadow. Let's go on. 2 more to go. 1 more. Perfect. Now I have 9 variations of my logo, and anytime that you want to revert and go away from this logo and choose something else, all you have to do is click the edit icon and then select the logo that you want to make primary and click on make primary. If you do that, there's a small confirmation right here, and if I hit replace, it's going to change all the assets that I have inside of Spark and replace the colored logo with the white logo with drop shadow. And as you can see here, if I scroll down, you can see that my designs, the preview designs, the random automatically generated ones already have my logo. Now, if you have other colors that you would like to add to your brand, you can go about doing that. For example, I have the darker red, which I can simply add by clicking on the plus icon. I can copy and paste the hex code. And I have a third color, which is the dark blue. I use that sometimes for some designs, so I can copy and paste that. And now I have 3 colors right here, the primary, then 1 and 2. If you choose another color, then you have to really click on make primary, and by doing that, again, you're going to gradually modify all of your graphics and change them from red to blue. And as you can see, when this is done, even your dashboard kind of reflects the new designs and the new brand colors. I really go with red, so I'm going to quickly make the red my primary again. And now I'm heading to the next section, which is the font. Now we've already selected the font, which was the Source Sans Pro semi-bold for the heading. Notice how there is still a small section that we need to update, which is the body text. Now the body font right here is saying something else, and that's something by default that Adobe has selected for me. I really want to select Source Sans Pro, so I can go here and select that and say replace. And once I'm done, wait a few seconds. It takes a bit of time sometimes, and that's because all of your creative assets are being regenerated with the new changes, whether it's the logo, the colors, or even your font. So you have to bear with this a little bit of delay. Now everything seems to be according to brand, and as you can see, the designs are starting to look more like my brand colors the brand look and feel. Remember, keep it consistent. Pick your logo, pick your font, and also your colors. Once you're done, that's pretty much it. From here, everything is going to be smooth and nice. You can always go back to your home page and start designing. And in the next episodes, I will look at other sections of Adobe Spark. We'll talk templates, we'll talk surfaces, we'll talk how we can look at others' designs and kind of replicate that artwork and be inspired, because we don't want to copy others' designs. We want to be using it as an inspiration. So we'll be doing that in the next episodes. Remember, at any point you can click on brands, go back to your brand, you can edit it, change anything you want, any aspect of it, and you can always click on create a new brand. If you're a graphic designer who need to manage multiple companies with multiple brands, then now is the right time. Now Adobe Spark has the capacity to handle more brands, something that wasn't available a couple of months ago. So I'm very excited about it. And whenever you don't need a certain brand, you can always hit the three icons right here and click on delete brand. By doing that, there is a confirmation that by deleting your brand, you're literally going to delete everything, your font, logo, colors, even your templates. So be careful. If you hit delete, it'll be gone forever. I'm going to choose cancel because I want to start using this brand. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please give it the thumbs up and like my channel. I'm always looking for new subscribers, and I'm always looking for your comments. Send me a comment, let me know what you think, if you believe this is a new addition to Spark. I know it's been there for a while, but I really wanted to go in depth in today's episode and talk about it before we move on to next features of this great tool. All right, that's it for me. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. See you in another one. Bye-bye.